What's going on, traders? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks again for tuning in. So overall, very consistent trading day here today. Did not turn red on any of the tickers that we traded. So overall, really awesome consistency. And that's pretty much what you hope for on any trading day. Right now, we're sitting at about a $700 P&L for the day. So again, very good start to this week on Monday morning. What we have coming up are some recorded live trades in audio for you guys. So I hope you guys like the video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button and stay tuned because everything coming up from this point forward are going to be recorded trades from today. And I really want you guys to pay attention to all of the price levels that I'm talking about when I'm saying them, because that's really going to help you start to identify why stocks move a certain way as they start to shift through different price levels. And this is going to help you to really understand what's taking place in the immediate or in real-time trading in order to actually take action. So hope you guys like the video. Hope you guys learned something new. And with that being said, let's get into it.
I took 100 long on mRNA. I feel like we might try to do a little push here off this deviation. So it's more or less just a scalp trade long. And just closed out right there. I mean, it was a small little trade. So I scalped 100 shares up, sold it off that dip. Really wasn't making a whole lot. But yeah, if you scalp that long, I just closed out. So I think you got a little bit more up, but overall, small little trade. Good squeeze. Look at that. Could have held that a little longer, clearly. So this was kind of the first, this is where I was originally thinking that, I was originally thinking that might arguably be the short level on NEO. I mean, it's been moving strong, no doubt, moving strong to the upside. But these are some longer term levels. I wanted to see if they play into any bit. So I'm going to add some shares short here. I had 300 shares short NEO for right now. Yikes, having a tough time organizing this screen right. And we're still kind of in this selling zone. Well, what I believe might be a selling zone. Added another 50 shares short on this green candle as it popped up. So far, we don't have a whole lot of sellers coming in on it, so it's holding well on the long side based on what I'm seeing with volume. So I added another 100 shares short with NEO there. It's up to 450 short now.
All right, there's a bearish move down. Might look for 44.78. I mean, if this is truly going to be a bearish move, we should definitely go to 44, covering 300 shares on that drop. I say we should definitely go to 44.78, and you can see we just did close to, we're off by 1 penny. So covered 300 shares out of the 450, still holding 150 shares short. So if we want to fade a little more, next target down for me would probably be 44.64 on NEO. So we'll see if this selling really continues. I mean, again, that whole 45.20 to 44.86 was the selling zone for me. So I'm wondering if the bearish move here to start the day was just too soon. And then this bounce move took us back into the actual selling location where we're now going to see the market fade NEO a bit. All right, covered another 75 shares there on that NEO drop. So that puts my P&L on NEO for the day up to about 180 bucks, just holding 75 shares short now. So really small position. Would be hard to give back any money now because again, the position's so small at this point. Anything from here down is just free money. And you can see there we tagged that 44.50, 44.60s, or sorry, 44.60 kind of level. So we met our further target on the downside. That's why I'm gonna take off a little more. Took off another 25 shares, just holding 50 shares. That's gonna put my P&L over 400 now on the day. So pretty consistent trading. Haven't lost on any tickers for the day, yet haven't really hit a big win. I guess I'm just kind of easing my way into Monday morning, hitting base hits here. All right, so selling activity did pick back up on NEO. If you guys take a look at the volume system here, we went into selling as we got into like the 45 zone. Current candle right now is majority buying pressure. Starting to see a little bit of selling activity coming on it. TTM is blue, dark blue, excuse me. So we'll see how this plays out. I mean, we've done our pullback. At this point, we're kind of in the, all right, do we hold the pullback or are we going to retrace a little more? So far, the pullback's getting bought up pretty good. Just basically going to keep these 50 shares on until this market's back up and pretty much breaking over the high of 45.22. At that point, clearly it seems like maybe NEO will move back higher in the day. There you see the shorts are getting squeezed out of their position, which is going to include myself here in about a second. Maybe that's a maybe. We'll see. I mean, but shorts definitely got squeezed there. That's why we made sure to take most of the position off as we got into that 44.64 price. All right, so there goes a push basically at the highs. So there's no more short activity for me here, at least for the time being, unless something weird happens. So took the trade off there on NEO. All said and done, ended up making back some money on that trade. Not a whole lot, but a decent amount. Actually, Delta kind of looks strong. I think that might try to push up and out of that move to the long side. So I'm adding 1,000 long on Delta here. See me, it kind of looks strong, like it's going to try to push up and out here. Kind of has like a cup and handle formation. So in long now, 2,000 shares Delta. It's a good move starting so far.
Let's see if Delta's got what it takes. Currently, the S&P 500 is on a bullish trending move, so it should help the cause of our Delta move to continue up a little bit. First target might be around 38.11. We're at 37.99 right now. Again, 38.11 might be the first go-to target. Closed a little bit on, not a little bit, but closed about 1,000, little more than 1,000 shares on Delta as we pushed up. Again, I still want to see it higher. Sold a couple hundred more shares there, only into 500 shares long now with Delta. Again, we might have that first trending target at about 38.14 now. All right, decreased position on Delta to 350 shares only, locking in majority of that trade. So pretty much impossible to go negative here on the Delta trade. Again, that trending price target is at about 38.14 for right now. I'm assuming this is where we're going to see a little bit of hesitation on Delta. If you look at the screen on the right, we almost got there, but I'll show you. I'll zoom in a little bit. It's that trending target here is now at 38.15. Good chance market moves there, and then we see like a little hesitation, maybe a slight red candle occur. The bigger target would be 38.41, but I was primarily just trying to trade up to 38.15 for right now. For the easier win, might hold like 150 shares if we tag 38.15, trying to get the last move up to the 38.41 price. We got as high as 38.12 there on the candle, 3 cents away from the price target. Starting to get, some sellers in on that candle. Not a lot, but some action downside, but I still think we're going to keep pressing here. Again, we haven't even hit the trending resistance. Again, it's at 38.15, so another 2 cents up. All right, now our trending target is 38.17, so we've adjusted. So target's a little higher than it was before. We're currently on like a slight red candle situation too on the S&P 500. So that could be dampening the move to the upside with Delta currently. So give it a second. Still have the trending target on the SPY up to 361.88 for right now. So overall, I think S&P 500 still moves up higher towards 361.83. And if that's going to be the case, we should continue to see Delta move as the S&P 500 picks back up into bullish movement. All right, there goes Delta picking back up a little bit. At 38.14. Again, the target now on the upside is 38.19. We've adjusted higher. We got pretty much dead nut on that target there. There's 38.19. Market still looks a little strong. Just sold another 100 shares on Delta. I have 250 shares long here. Just sold another 100 shares, only 150 shares now long on Delta. Now hold 150 for the larger price target of say 38.42, which won't net a whole lot of money given the position size, but any money is good money. So we'll look for maybe the up move to 38.40s. Right now we're just battling the first price target of 38.19. You can see the sellers have come in on the top of that candle a bit. That's why we're getting the upper wick. Do we get a little slight pullback here to break this green candle? I don't know yet. There's a red candle. If it can remain over 38.12 for right now, that would be good in the immediate. That means the bulls are still kind of in control here. If it snaps below 38, 12 or so, or the previous green candle, then the bulls will have to put in some extra effort to get this trend to continue back up. But if they can just keep holding right now, then the opportunity of us to hit that 38.42 target, fairly soon is much easier. There goes a candle snap below 38.12 after we met the price target of 38.19. So far, the candle hasn't closed. That's the important thing, is the candle has yet to actually close below 38.12. So bulls have reclaimed that previous green candle body by buying up and not allowing the candle to close below. So we're looking strong still. Market S&P 500 is slightly coming out of a mini bull flag. We might get a pop here in the market. If so, we should anticipate Delta goes higher. Again, if we look, markets, no, we didn't, when Delta did not get back up to that trending target at 38.23. So here we go. The bulls are going to try to defend that 38.12 price in the immediate. S&P 500 back to a green candle, slightly, we're very close to breaking over the previous candles in this move. And I think that's what it's going to take to keep Delta moving right now in the immediate, is the market has to go long. So for those of you that are watching, I'll show you what we're looking at on the SPY. See the SPY, this is the S&P 500. We're kind of flagging a bit here. Candle just put in a new high. We're targeting up to that 361 price there. And if that happens, I think Delta is going to try to continue moving out. So you can see Delta's just increased in price as that market moves higher. But we're definitely slowing down, definitely looking sluggish here. All right, close down to just 100 shares long on Delta after we're seeing how much it's struggling, and the SPY just kind of flipped to this awkward red candle. So pretty much all out of that trade, and we'll see if we can get it up to 38.42 at some point here. HPR pretty much faded down to very low selling volume. Wonder if we get sort of a U-shaped long breakout here with HPR. So added up 300 shares long as we're starting to pull back on HPR. We're going to see if we can hold over the 574 here. As we pull back, we got a slight trending support at like 574. If we start to kind of crack and close below that point, I would say this trade's probably not going to work in the immediate. added up to 400 shares long with HPR here. They just flipped the spread on the ass to 590. All right, there's HPR. I pulled back down close to trend. Not quite though. Trend is 577. So essentially we got to stay above 577 in the immediate for this to work. You can see we pulled down to 577, got bought up almost immediately. Yeah, really for the pop to happen, candles got to start getting back over that 589 price on HPR. So far not looking like we're doing too well here. Again, this is the price that would have to hold on HPR. You can see on the right screen, we're right on trend. Now we touched it. So again, we got to hold that 579 price and get back over 589. Really the fact that we kind of dipped down and I kept seeing some buyers come in, holding that trend of like 577, 579 on HPR. All right, just added up to 600 shares long. There we go. Now we're pressing through. All right, so we're now long 600 shares HPR. We are right at the VWAP, so we're gonna look for this to break through and first target up towards 631. We'll definitely close them out at 631 if I don't feel the momentum strong enough to keep pushing in the immediate. Close half the position on that break to the upside. Still holding 300 shares. As you can see, we got very close to the target. The target was about 623 to 630. We got as high as 620. So I made sure to close half the position as we ran up close to that target. You can see sellers are coming back in on that almost instantly as we pushed up and broke out. All right, so made sure to close majority of that position. I tried to close more shares before we had that red candle drop out, but just could not get the fills to take it off. Still putting out orders and they're not filling. So essentially I'll have to sell onto the bidders to get these out. So yeah, just basically using sell orders onto the bid. We'll take that off. So we had, good little breakout move there. It just wasn't strong enough to keep pressing. So overall, it's a winning trade. It's only 44 bucks all said and done, which is better than nothing. We're up to about 120, but again, breakout was just not strong enough. Over back to DAL. DAL just got up to our price target, pretty close. You can see we're close to our trending target now. So again, overall, I think we're going to see Delta press at to 38.46. Could very well move higher on the day through the point of 38.46, but I don't think it's going to happen immediately. So I will take off those last remaining shares on Delta at 38.46 as soon as we tag it. I mean, we're pretty much there anyways, so I could be happy taking it off now, but I just want to be a little stingy and see if I can get all the way to that 38.46 price target. It's only 3 more cents, right? That was pretty much it. Very close. All right, closed out on Delta, all out. I figured that was pretty much the target we needed to get to, maybe a couple more pennies up here, but I anticipate this is where we should see a little pullback on Delta occur. I'm actually gonna add a short here on Delta. Is that a 2,000 share short? I want to see if we do get a full kind of rejection correction pullback off of 38.46 here. If not, I'll just close it out and accept this loss. So entry for everything is 38.40. Anything below 38.40 will be green. Starting to cover into this low as we drop down. And all out of Delta. Really didn't make a whole lot more. Needed to start shorting on that Delta move up at the 38.46. So caught it a little bit late, made a little bit more of a high risk trade. So just made sure to take it off sooner, but didn't really want to give back too much profit on my trade today. Really only made like a couple pennies on those 2,000 share shorts. So really not that much, but all said and done, good trading today. Pretty accurate, not red on one ticker. So can't complain with that.